Clefairy.
Yeah, and let's remember that Sebastian's deck does have the possibility to item lock, but it's not quite built to get that turn 1 item lock, right? If you don't start the Frillish, there's no access to Light as the X, there's no access to our balloon whatsoever, and I've been seeing from the top-down camera that Sebastian has already mulliganed twice this time around, so Gabriel will start with even more cards, as we see a Ralts, a Frillish, a Monkey Dory, and a couple Psychic Energy in the prize cards, and Pidgeot, Charmeleon, Monkey Dory, and a Fire Energy over on Gabriel's side.
So, nothing really of note. Again, multiple copies of a lot of these cards. Maybe the Charmeleon might get a little bit scary if Gabriel does have to play under item lock. That means he has to go through one Charmeleon in the deck to try and get into the Charizard. Of course, there is TM Devo to try and speed things up, like really tutor the Charmeleon out of the deck, even under item lock. But we'll have to see if it comes into play. Again, 2 extra cards is a lot. That's almost a supporter, really.
They're so crucial right in the beginning, especially if you end up falling under item lock, which we see the Monkey Dory start, the immediate puff-in for Gabriel Fernandez. So he's gonna have at the very bare minimum that he wants right off of this first turn, and things are looking good. Tons of cards in his hand. I saw Arvin, I saw I think an ace pick as well. He's gonna quickly price check the resources that he has access to and also the resources that he doesn't have access to. Monkey Dory could prove useful in the later stages of the game as he tries to untangle whatever technical machine devolution maybe Sebastian tries to play out. But I want to say, Juancho, whatever you and I predict right now that could happen in this match, something completely different could happen, honestly. There's so many ways this could end up playing out based on their hands, their decision-making, the stage ones being prized, the access to item lock and whatnot. There's just so many key things to take into account.
I'm not even going to attempt to call out what is exactly going to happen here. Both of these players are just absolutely amazing pros that if one throws a punch, you can expect one to duck and adjust almost. So it's going to be a very volatile board state, very volatile game. But right now, Gabriel Fernandez is going to find a couple of little baby Pokemon. If I had to guess, maybe Charmander and a Pidgey, maybe even the Tatsugiri is really, really useful if he needs to find some supporters. That's just how flexible this Buddy Poffin is.
No, or it's just going to be Charmander and Pidgey. I did notice. Oh, well, never mind.
Wow, that's
going to go get some others. That's the benefit of having 4 Buddy Poffin in your deck and also getting access to 2 mulligans plus the top deck for turn. Sebastian is probably very aware of all the Gardevoird decks that Gabriel has already defeated in this tournament alone. Gabriel also won NAIC with a deck list very similar to what he's using today, so all the practice from then and all the practice since then, of course, will factor into his skillful decision-making and his skillful results of today. And yeah, I think we're already seeing, like, it's only 2 Buddy Poffins, right? But the extra cards in hand, it's going to be a tough mountain to climb here for Sebastian to beat the local hero.
Yes, looks like opting to only grab 1 Pidgey there, so failing the second portion of the Buddy Poffin. It was just 1 red found. Choosing maybe not to grab the Tatsugiri or maybe another Charmander potentially, but keeping a tight board, not too bad as well. All he has to do is make sure that these Pokemon can evolve. Double Buddy Poffin, that's almost an ace spec in itself, right? But of course, we know Gabriel Fernandez's ace spec, the unfair stamp. Ooh, that's a good one to grab as well. The Shaman, that's something you can't grab off Buddy Poffin, so just having that naturally, that's great too.
But yeah, that takes away any potential string tail option to snipe the Pidgeys, snipe any backup Charmanders, any backup Charmeleons. That Shaman is actually pretty crucial, or could be very crucial, now that it's immediately down. It's also a prime target to get KO'd somewhere down the line with Adrenal Brain residual damage. So, I mean, obviously Gabriel knows exactly what he's doing, and he's valuing the protection over the liability factor.
Yes, Sebastian, though, opening up with not too bad, an Ideal's turn, too. Discarding an energy, using an Earthen Vessel to grab even more energy to potentially discard if there is something like a Secret Box or Ultra Ball in the hand, or even maybe Professor's Research. No, there's no Professor's Research in this list, so using items to discard the energies potentially. But again, unfortunately, Monkey Dory in the active, not the Frillish, and it's really, really tough to get into that Frillish. 1 is in the prize cards, however, there are 2 in the deck, so it's not too bad there. 2 extra energy prize. Do you think that's going to come into play, Pablo?
I mean, it definitely could. We saw Sebastian, I think, struggle a little bit in one of the games previously when he didn't have access to too many energies, but now he already has access to 3 immediately, right? So that's going to be huge. Those 2 being prized, they're also not at the very top, which is also very significant. And I think Sebastian is going to be pretty glad he's not of the Henry Chow school of thought, who their list have been playing like a 2-2-2 line or a 2-1-2 line of Gardevoird. So if you prize the Ralts, it's going to be tough to set up that Gardevoird. Thankfully, Sebastian is not cutting that corner. He has a Ralts prize. He still has access to 2 more.
Yes, great consistency. But right now, all I'm seeing, Pablo, is a bunch of energy. He does have some Ball Search in hand, right?
I haven't been able to take a look exactly at what is in the hand. I have to imagine there's more searching cards based on the fact that we are continuing to go back and back to the deck. I do see a Ralts, I do see an Artisan, and I think I see that very old Super Rod, but not much else, Juancho.
Ooh, if there's no item way to discard these energies, and he's forced to play something like Iona or Lily, that's just shuffling it back. That means that Earthen Vessel essentially just read discard 1 Psychic Energy from the hand, which isn't bad. You want those there, but a combo with like Ultra Ball would be massive here.
Yeah, nothing in the hand right now for Sebastian. Those 2 Psychics,
not even a supporter,
and a Monkey Dory, nothing else. That is going to be very, very rough. Gabriel already had fantastic start. Wow, just has Rare Candy Pidgeot in hand, has the TM Evo, has
was that
the Lily
zero
Determination.
0 card hand Lily?
No.
Okay.
He did put cards back, but I mean, you could not handpick better cards as a Charizard player in one of your most favorable matchups at this point in time. You could even have like a backup Pidgeot. Yeah, the Pidgeot EX, one of the Pidgeot EXs is priced, but that's okay. The first one is already a tough thing to take down.
Yes, now Gabriel Fernandez has access to everything he wants in the deck. One of the most powerful Stage 2 Pokemon I think we have printed, Pidgeot EX. That's great to see. Now can we get a Charmander? With the TM Evo already attached, almost just guarantees that Gabriel Fernandez should be able to set up.
Yeah, he got all of this before exhausting the quick search ability, right? So whatever piece he's missing, he can just go right out. And the only thing he's really missing is energy. If he gets anything else, which we see, I think 3 energies in hand. So what else could you possibly want? You could just grab another Charmander. There's 1 Charmeleon prize, so maybe not quite. Possibly a Boss's Orders, try to chase down something. Immediately just grab the Charizard for next turn, or grab a more versatile card like Arvin.
I like this problem. Using the Pidgeot because you don't need anything really right now. So
Generally, yes.
Let's just grab something for the future. Quick search, so powerful. But yeah, let's grab something for the future. What did he grab? Was it the Charizard EX for later?
No, I think it was an Arvin. And Arvin means you get a lot of flexibility, right? You need a Charizard, you can grab an Ultra Ball. You need a Rare Candy, you can go grab it, right? So it's a very versatile card as we see the Technical Machine evolution, getting that Pidgeotto and the Charmeleon into play immediately with the Pidgeot already active. And no help off the top for Sebastian.
It was just a Lily's Clefairy. Not too good here. There's no
Lily card you want to see.
Yes, let's make the Clefairy find its trainer there, and I'm sure it's determined. But yeah, that means Sebastian is just going to take another turn off. We'll be able to use the Artisan though.
Yeah, I mean, could get Frillish, could item lock, perhaps. Maybe would have liked to see the Psychic attachment on the Monkey Dory instead of the Dark. I guarantee I get another Psychic into a discard ball. But I mean, with a Pidgeotto, and a Charmeleon down, what is Frillish even doing? Like, it's just, sure, I don't get to play item cards. I don't need to play item cards.
It's 20 damage, but it's not Frillish that hits the board, actually. It's going to be the Scream Tail, which is also heavily hampered, again, with that Shaman. Even if you could power it up, all you can hit is this Charmander in the active. But right now, the best he could do is slap.
Yeah, slap for 30. I mean, is that extra 10 damage better than Oceanic Gloom for 20 with the item lock? Probably, I mean, I don't even know. We could also Mind Bend, which doesn't KO the Charizard. We have another Monkey Dory in hand. We could bench that, attach to that, preemptively preparing for the incoming Charizard, and then we respond with a Mind Bend. Gabriel already has a Jet Energy in his hand, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, that's also, Sebastian doesn't know it, but that is also inconsequential.
Yes, but right now, just energy attachment there on the Monkey Dory. Could be a Mind Bend. Could be a retreat too, just to get an energy to the discard pile. Could even retreat to the Clefairy. That can technically eat a hit. But nope, it is going to be that Mind Bend, 60 damage on the Charmander, and we're going to flip it around because it's a little confused.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Charmander is immediately going to be moving, so confusion won't matter too much. I think Gabriel, at this point, just needs to play super ultra safe. Yeah, the one thing he knows, he doesn't know exactly what's in Sebastian's hand. He knows exactly what isn't available for Sebastian. There's no Technical Machine evolution. There's no secret box. There's no support dirt whatsoever. As we see the Arvin get played for another Rare Candy, the Technical Machine evolution as well. And probably for Ultra Ball Discard, I'm guessing we're not going to be trying to Technical Machine evolution into a Charizard for sure.
Ooh, yeah, that Arvin for the Rare Candy is going to signify that Gabriel Fernandez is going to be able to set up a Charizard in the active fairly easily, and still have the Charmeleon in the bench he could evolve. So that's the ideal board. I can't think of a better board for Gabriel than literally what's on here right now. Even you have a Charmeleon and the Pidgeotto.
Yeah, I mean, if the Pidgeotto was a Pidgeot, That's your perfect board, right? But if we get a missed energy onto this Charizard and then evolve this Charmeleon into a Charizard, that means we are also protected from pretty much most of the technical machine evolution plays that could happen, especially the missed energy Charizard. I mean, the mist could go onto either option. At this point, you're so far ahead in terms of board setup. You're not ahead of prices, but your board is so much better developed than Sebastian that it's just like I said, just play it safe. You have a huge advantage. Just make sure you always keep that advantage. No matter how the game plays out, you end up a winner because of that huge advantage that you get to maintain.
I like it as the energy attachment there. Oh, it's going to be the energy attachment of the mist into the active just to protect it. I believe it also protects it from more mind bend shenanigans just in case. But I mean, without a Gardevoird, you can't even accelerate energy onto a Munkidori. It's looking grim. Even if Sebastian had a more ideal board.
I think this is going to be a test of Lily's determination. How determined is she to come to the very top and give Sebastian some help? Because otherwise, I'm not sure we're going to be seeing much of this game at this point. I mean, sure, like you can make the game last 6 turns. That's for sure, right? We have Artisan. There's already 3 single prize Pokemon. There's another Munkidori in the hand.
Here it is.
Counter catcher. Very underwhelming. We were both deflated with the top deck.
I wanted to get excited a bit. I wanted to believe here. But counter catcher, you can stall maybe the Shaman into the active, but that forces something off your opponent, but it's not very important.
I think we're going to collect Juancho. We're going to collect an extra card, get closer to something of a use. This is something I know everyone does. I'm sure you do it as well. Whenever you're like in this rough spot and you're wondering if shuffling your deck is correct, or like you're spinning an extra card, making sure you increase your chances as much as possible, but then you go ahead and check your top deck just to see what would have been, right? The what if.
Oh no, are you going to tell me, Pablo, that he looked at the deck and it was Lily's on top?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what the card was, but I could tell that he went and looked at what the card was. So, and that's something that I'm sure we all do at some point.
The what if.
All right, big collect here. Gabriel shuffling the deck very thoroughly. And it was Lily, my goodness. All right. The friendly shuffle from Gabriel. Very, very nice.
So there is potential. There is potential. Yes, Gardevoird is going to go down a couple of prize cards, but that's something Gardevoird is used to happening.
Yes.
It does love to play from behind. But against Charizard EX, how much far behind can you really be? Like, can you give it?
I mean, so the biggest problem is, like, in order to play defensive, you need to have your opponent miss a few turns sometimes, right? Like at the very least one, where you get a little bit of breathing room, you get to continue to stabilize, continue to develop your board, but with no real liabilities right here. You bring up the Charmeleon, it evolves, keeps KOing. You bring up the Shaman, it retreats, you keep getting KO'd. You confuse something, which cannot be the Charizard, you have Jet Energy, you keep KOing. So Gabriel has, like, unless he gets overzealous, right? He overbenches, he places something in the last spot that he really doesn't need to, leaves himself open for a possible stall play. Pretty sure Gabriel just needs to play it safe, maintain his advantage, and continue applying the pressure.
Watch him drop Gouging Fire just because, just because.
Just to please you. Just to please the crowd.
No, but Arvin being played there, grabbing the Ultra Ball, so maybe we could establish either the second Charizard or the second Pidgeot. Maybe just thin the hand out of cards that he doesn't need.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like Gabriel's setup is so good that these quick searches are even surplus, right?
Unfortunately, you can't fail it because there's always cards in the deck.
Yeah. Now, yeah, the second Pidgeot is priced. I definitely don't think it's a big deal. Sebastian won't be applying enough pressure anytime soon. And Gabriel just going out of his way, like I said, playing it super safe. Missed energy on the Pidgeot. The one that got rare candied into play, that means technical machine evolution is completely denied from affecting Gabriel, right? And if you can have Pidgeot online for the whole game, that's the dream, right? What card you need, I just go grab it, that's perfect. And Pheasantipede hits the board, that's perfectly fine to do in case Sebastian somehow manages to get a knockout next turn, or in case he wants to try to stall, either Shaman or Pheasantipede have a 1 retreat cost. It's no big deal.
Whew. That's a lot of support. All these Pokemon are here. That Shaman, the Pidgeot, and the Pheasantipede. They're all here to support this Charizard EX, and it is very, very safe here. As Sebastian, again, we know he has the Lily in hand. Stuff can happen here.
Yeah, the game can continue. Whether Sebastian has a chance to win the game, that's a whole other question, right? Any attempt at trying to slow down Gabriel is almost immediately counteracted by the fact that he has Pidgeot EX. We see the counter catcher onto a Charmeleon. Maybe the hope is that the second copy of Charizard EX is priced. Maybe there's one too many Fire Energy prize. There is one, but there's still another one left over for Gabriel to attack. No problem, have 2 Charizards set up. Sure, one wouldn't have the protection of the Mist Energy, and that means maybe it's a little susceptible to the Munkidori, but Gabriel has enough of an advantage to where he can comfortably Professor Turo, comfortably recover the resources, and it's no big deal.
Big Lily here. Again, Sebastian Lashman has not been able to take the prize cards. That means he draws the full 8, and I'm sure he's looking for so many combo pieces. He needs a rare candy, a Gardevoird, a darkness energy on the Monkey Dory, more energies to discard potentially. This 8, there's a lot riding on this 8. A lot of pressure here. First supporter to be played, even for Sebastian. Let's see it.
I wonder if we're due Juancho for like a mediocre game from one side for Sebastian, mediocre game from Gabriel the next one, and then a fantastic game 3 like we saw in top 8.
Hey, these 8 cards were really good though. I saw the Earthen Vessel for 2 energies, plus the Ultra Ball. There's a rare candy as well. Right. So this Charmeleon could go down, leaving Gabriel Fernandez with 1 Charizard potentially. That could be very important.
We could also, we can still use Screamtail. We cannot KO Pidgeotto, but we can, or Shaman itself, but we can attack any of the other EXs because Shaman doesn't protect rule box Pokemon. That's I can't tell you how many times I've seen people just be like, for example, the Grimmsnarl residual damage, they'll just be like, oh no, they're Shaman. So they don't even place it anywhere, which sometimes, yeah, it's like, cause I've definitely forgotten myself sometimes that that Shaman doesn't protect these rule box Pokemon.
Have you ever gone through the chain of, oh, I'm going to hit the Charizard EX on the bench?
I have also done
I have a Shaman. Oh, yes. Nope, but it's an EX. Oh, wait, nope, it's a Terra.
It's a Terra. I mean, we saw it in the finals last weekend in Vegas, right? Starminitan attacked, and 90 damage was placed on a benched Cornerstone Ogerpon. It's something that I think is easy to miss. Now, Sebastian now has some semblance of a powerful board, but is missing that big attacker, all right? The Enamorous that that I was predicting, there's no Psychic type Pokemon, so it wouldn't be very effective here, but Drifloon, right? The lack of Drifloon is definitely noticeable here. The big focus on the item lock and the disruption, and I think that's where Pedro was already in the finals. That could be his saving grace. That could be the differential factor in case he ends up facing against Gabriel in the finals. But yeah, I mean, another rare candy Gardevoird drawn, I think?
Yeah. If there was a second Ralts, we'd have a second Gardevoird EX, a second Ralts that was not placed this turn.
Oh yeah, true.
But right now, there's only one Pokemon really to go to. You don't want to attack with a Monkey Dory, you don't want to attack with a Ralts. It's only the Screamtail, but Screamtail should be enough. Again, taking a knockout here, that is at least 1 prize card, taking out a Stage 1 Pokemon. The only Charmeleon, actually, in Gabriel Fernandez's board and deck, because the other one is prized.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. We can attack the active. We can also preemptively attack the Serendipity, force Gabriel to utilize the Professor Turo, then maybe something else happens. Maybe preemptively attack the Pidgeot EX, set up a 2-hit KO, maybe deny the Pidgeot EX at some point for Gabriel, combined with an IO node, and that's how maybe you can piece some sort of semblance of a comeback at this stage. But these pauses that Sebastian is having, it's like he knows he's up against the ropes, he knows he's in a dire situation at this point in time, so you really need to figure out each and every step to make a comeback from this point onwards.
Yes, so has the Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory damage is going to be moved to the Charmeleon, putting 20 damage on it, leaving it with 80. So this Screamtail is knocking out for just enough. 80 damage there. Sebastian Lashman takes his first prize card here in the top 4 of LAIC as we move it back now to Gabriel with still a very commanding board. Can even attack with a Pidgeot if he wanted to, but...
Now, I really want to highlight how the fact that Sebastian did the knockout this way by using Monkey Dory 20 damage and only putting 40 damage on the Screamtail, that means that he's done his homework. He knows Gabriel plays Monkey Dory, right? And there is some residual damage over here on the Charizard. So if Sebastian had attached 3 energy to the Screamtail and just dealt the damage to the Charmeleon and utilized the Monkey Dory to place the damage elsewhere, that could come back to bite him if the Monkey Dory gets played with the energy and the Screamtail is KO'd, plus he bosses orders perhaps on a Gardevoird or something along those lines.
That is an amazing point. A little dance that you have to do to keep your Screamtail on the board. You see that a lot in the Gardevoird decks. You want to make sure that, you don't get knocked out. You don't give a multi-prize turn, as Gabriel benches another Charmander just because we need more on the board, just in case the active one does go down. And quick search here. What do you think is missing, though, for Gabriel? What could he want from the deck?
I mean, preemptively grabbing Rare Candy in case there is something that Gabriel doesn't know about that could knock out the Charizard. It does have 270 HP. I don't know if there is a way to get to that number with like double Monkey Dory and a Bravery Charm Screamtail of some sort. I don't think so, but I might be missing something.
Well, how about that ace spec?
Yeah.
He mentioned it earlier. Unfair Stamp is the best ace spec in the game. Boss's orders here knocks out potentially the Serendipity or the Gardevoird EX. Gabriel Fernandez is actually at 4 prize cards, so that's going to be a 2-2 line. But instead, going for the Monkey Dory.
Yeah,
tell us about this play, Pablo.
It's not about the prizes all the time, right? Once again, it's playing safe, right? Your opponent has a Gardevoird, your opponent has a Facility, that's fine. Your opponent doesn't have Monkey Dory. They can't really threaten many things. They can't cheat out essentially extra prize cards on any of these Pokemon. They can't set up any sort of TM Devo plays, at least not very effectively. We can also do this KO very safely with the Pidgeot EX, not exposing our Charizard to extra damage. If Pidgeot tanks a hit here and then the Screamtail is dealt with, then Pidgeot EX acts like extra HP for your Charizard EX anyways. And if you have 2 powered up Charizards, you can just keep attacking every single turn. You're gonna win the game.
Greatly put, Pablo. Just going to add that the energy attached on the Pidgeotto was a darkness energy as well. So it's not even competing with the fire energies needed for the Charizard. So that is such an efficient Pidgeot.
And we're going to see that on first stamp. Not going to be as unfair as it could be because the Facility will be there. 2 cards plus the card return. Plus Facility will immediately give Sebastian a 6-card hand to work with, and whatever resources extra he can find off of those. Gets to keep the Gardevoird in play, no problem. And yeah, I mean, I think everyone's first instinct is to go after the Gardevoird or the Facility, including myself. Gabriel taking a different route, doesn't care that those cards are there, just doesn't want Sebastian to find ways to get extra prize cards during their turn whilst the active is getting pummeled.
Something of note, too, is that maybe Gabriel just really wanted to attack with this Pidgeot EX. 120 damage, but the effect of Blustery Wind is also removing the stadium in play. So not only is he taking out something like the Monkey Dory, he prevents Sebastian from getting a second Monkey Dory easily, right, with the Artisan.
Iono off the 2 cards for Sebastian. Not too many great cards overall for Gabriel, who also has access to Facility as well. Now he has tons of options to play with, also has a fire energy as well. And there you go. We get the knockout, Artisan gets taken away, and now getting whatever other potential attacker or an extra Monkey Dory, like you mentioned, Pancho, is now out of commission. And I mean, maybe the way to knock out the Charizard was with the Mew EX that Sebastian just top decked, but because it's sitting pretty on the bench, it's also out of range, along with the Monkey Dory bonus damage that he now has to set up on top of everything.
Yes, a little bit more to combo together, but maybe Mew can help himself out, restart, getting 2 extra cards here, not too bad, but what is that last card in hand?
Iono.
Playable? Oh,
it's Iono. Yeah,
Iono
so
first.
You can see how he was debating, like, if he drew the 2 cards and they're not immediately playable, they're also useful, then they would just go to the bottom of the deck. So not choosing to restart, saving that for after the Iono, see if he can actually get some use out of it. The answer is probably no, now that we're going to use Facility and we have 8 total cards in our hand. You wonder what exactly Sebastian could be looking for at this stage. We can't KO Facility because there's no double Monkey Dory. We cannot reach the high numbers of both Pidgeot and Charizard EX's HP unless we use something like Mew to KO the Charizard. That requires a Monkey Dory, so like Sebastian can do many things. It's definitely not clear to me which ones exactly lead to a game-winning scenario for him.
So because of 60 damage on that Charizard, it does have 270 HP, and 3 prize cards have been taken from Gabriel.
Oh yeah.
So I believe the Mew EX just gets the knockout right off the bat. Yeah,
Monkey Dory. You're completely right. Yeah, I thought we were 10 short.
Yeah, so all Sebastian is missing is something like the Counter Catcher.
Yeah, Counter Catcher would be the ideal card to find. And then your Mew can take down the Charizard. You know, Wonder Candy has been exhausted. Maybe there's a universe where, because there's no Charmeleon, Gabriel doesn't have access to the other Rare Candy or can't piece out Rare Candy plus Charizard. Sometimes you just have to play towards hoping your opponent prized or doesn't have the combination of key cards that they need, right? That is your best hope. If they have them, sure, that's fine. You weren't winning anyways. But if they don't have them, all of a sudden you have a chance.
Ultra Ball was played there, grabbing the Hurlia, just establishing that. Not too bad, maybe just trying to thin the deck, and the bench space is already full anyway with that Nest Ball, grabbing the Monkey Dory.
I don't know if we can go down enough cards at this point in time. I know there's a Darkness Energy, and I don't know if there were two or three support or 6. There's 4 cards in hand. Yeah, 2 Iono, 1 Turo. We have the Darkness Energy, but we have nothing else. Like, we're definitely not finding Counter Catcher.
Yes, does retreat to the Screamtail, though. There is the option to knock out something like the Pheasantipity.
Yeah.
You mentioned.
Yeah, the Pheasantipity is going to be going down here, utilizing the Monkey Dory damage. Screamtail is currently dealing 100 damage to that Pheasantipity, and there we go. Sebastian gets on the board, actually ties the prize race at this point in time, and does have the option of Mew to KO the Charizard. Is there a universe where we can maybe set up extra Monkey Dories and take that extra prize card somewhere down the line? Probably not. But yeah, I mean, Sebastian putting himself in the best position possible to walk away the winner of this game.
Yes, I mean, Gabriel is just really paying off, taking a knockout there on that Monkey Dory. Like you said, Sebastian needs to be able to get that prize during the middle of the turn, and with only 1 Monkey Dory established, that to knock out something like the Shaman, that takes 3 turns, 3 in-between turns, 3 Monkey Dory instances, and that can't happen in 2 turns.
Yeah, so closing out the game next turn, probably not on the board for Sebastian. Gabriel, however, has a pretty straightforward KO on the active. The Screamtail does have, I believe, 40 HP left, right? It has 100 on it. Therefore, it has 40 HP left, so it cannot be KO'd by a possible Monkey Dory, which would have been a way to just win the game, and the Monkey Dory is priced anyways. So yeah, we don't have access to that. But with Pidgeot finding boss, I think the biggest issue could be Gabriel loses the Charizard and he can't immediately get another one on board to close out the game. And this is where you have to like measure yourself between, do you go aggressive with boss, do you go establish the Charmeleon, which he just did. So next turn he'll probably need boss plus Charizard to KO to take the last two prizes. And Sebastian probably will not be able to use Mew EX, or will be his last resort, because otherwise he's just in a lot of trouble and the two prize Pokemon is just in the active.
Yeah, there's too many things to deal with, right? If only there was a way to knock out both the Charizard and the Pidgeot at the same time.
Oh, sure, Wancho. Anything else you'd like?
I mean, it would have been possible if it wasn't for those pesky mist energies.
Yes, the mist energies denying the technical machine. I mean, I think Sebastian already discarded the technical machine evolution, realizing that it's just not an option to win at this point in time.
Yes, but even then, too, there's not that much damage set up on the board. Even in the ideal world where there is no mist energy, that's still a lot of damage missing right now.
Right, Super puts back the Fezandipity into the deck. Gabriel knows he might require a multi-card combo next turn in order to close out the game, right? It's not going to be as simple as, okay, we're going to go boss KO the Mew. That makes total sense. That is the one threat. Now Gabriel goes down to one prize card remaining. There's a Charizard available and two Fire Energies. Yep, there we have it. Sebastian scoops it up and Gabriel wins game one.
Yes, again, Gabriel Fernandez here showing why Charizard is something to fear. That board was terrifying. And again, I like the aggression of the boss's orders then. Going down to one prize card, what is your opponent going to do? If they deal with the Pidgeot on the bench, there's a Charizard that can knock out everything. If they deal with the Charizard, Pidgeot can find another boss's orders or another Charizard. So, yeah, just checkmate on board. You love being in that scenario.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Sebastian could have played to the Charizard being the last prize card and Gabriel not having access to that. But if that were the case, Gabriel would not have played the Super Rod to put back the Fezandipity. So the actions that Gabriel took definitely showed that there was no way to win that game. So recap what happened here, Wancho.
A lot of Charizard action, just attacking with the Charizard, protecting the Charizard, having Pidgeot to pick out whatever Gabriel needed from the deck, and just, again, taking those two free prize cards. Because of Sebastian Lashmet's slower start, just got to attack twice for free, and then, once Sebastian Lashmet got going, started attacking with the Pidgeot instead, protecting the Charizard on the bench, since Pidgeot was enough to take a knockout anyway, and gets rid of the Artisan Stadium.
And its attack cannot be copied against itself, right? Just like Charizard EXs can. So there was like multiple layers of benefits of choosing to attack with the Pidgeot over the Charizard. Energy resource management, Mew EX protection. I generally am very impressed by how Gabriel just thought of every possibility that Sebastian could possibly have and shut them all down completely, which was combined with his immaculate draws.
Now we're gonna have to see here though in game 2 if Sebastian Lashmet can turn things around. Yes, he probably needs a little bit of a better start. He should try, he should hopefully draw into like a supporter, TM Evos, something like that. But Pablo, let me ask you, what do you think he needs to change? Like, what does he need to set up immediately to win this game?
I mean, he needs to not give mulligans and give Gabriel such a good starting hand, and also needs the Frillish. So yeah, there we have it. An underwhelming turn, no double body puffin for Gabriel to start us off. And Sebastian on the other side does get the Frillish, does have an Iono in hand, which he's almost like not happy about it because he's going to give Gabriel a new hand. But I mean, realistically, you don't know if Gabriel already has a supporter or not. There's a non-eventful turn 1 is not a clear indication that the hand is weak. And if Gabriel's under item lock, it doesn't matter if you give your opponent triple body puffin because they're not going to be able to play it anyways.
Yes, just perfectly said, Pablo, as right now energy attachment on the Frillish has some ball search in this Ultra Ball. A little pricey though, discarding another Ultra Ball and the TM Evolution. TM Evolution, not a bad discard there, just because from here on out, I'm sure all Sebastian wants to do until he's set up is Oceanic Gloom. Keep the item lock up. But right now, let's take a look at the prize cards. A Lily prize there, so maybe that. I'm sure Sebastian wishes that Iono was prized instead and he had Lily in the hand. But anything else? Second Frillish is there. Monkey Dory, Earth Vessel, Super Rod. Some key things, Super Rod being prized. Sometimes, you know, you do lack in the resources, but there is 2 Night Stretchers. Maybe Earthen Vessel could be hard to discard more energies. What are your thoughts, Pablo?
I mean, I'm just mesmerized by how Sebastian is price checking. He does it very differently than most people. He'll Yeah, I mean, he, instead of putting Pokemon to the front, energy to the back, he just puts like same cards and figures out exactly, okay, 3 rolls, 2 Gardevoird. But yeah, the price cards, Frillish being priced, I think that's fine. You're probably not going to be relying on Jellicent at all throughout the game, or maybe not until the very end where you go look for like a big Team Devo play, shutting down items as well. That could be huge, but also very risky with that 2x weakness to dark types, and the fact that Gabriel plays 2 copies of Mist Energy also possibly protects him quite a bit from those possible plays. Countercatcher being, I think, the major card, as well as possibly the Super Rod.
Luckily, it is down the middle, so at some point, Sebastian should be able to get access to those 2 cards. And you know, you do want Super Rod near the middle of the game, but Countercatcher, we'll have to see. But yeah, right now, just an Ultra Ball for the Ralts. Yeah, Iono just has to get played here. Let's see what else Sebastian can put together.
Right, fresh new hand for both players. Gabriel is drawing nothing good. 2 Charizard, Psyduck, a Pidgey, a Fire, and an Iono. Lost the Technical Machine Evolution that he would have liked to play. This would have been the hand that Gabriel drew off of his own Iono that he was going to play, so not a lot of help. He's probably grateful that he gets to see the next 6 cards of his deck. While Sebastian didn't draw too much, but doesn't need too much, right? He just wants to see a supporter for next turn, make sure he doesn't overbench, doesn't get something trapped, awkward on the bench, and has access to better cards. Now, we have the patented Gabriel Fernandez Cruel Arrow getting prepared here, where with 2 Fire Energies in the prize cards, that's going to be a little bit more complicated to pull off this time around.
Luckily, it does need colorless energy, and Gabriel plays other energies besides the Fire. There is still the Dark, the Jet, 2 Mist he can probably still dedicate to that Pheasantipity, but yeah, having 2 Fire is still very, very painful. As he looks like he's able to set up, though, post this Iono once again, finding the Pidgey, finding the Charmander. Do we find the Charmeleon, though? Or TM Evo. Oh, the TM Evo was in the bottom, so there's no way we find that.
Yeah, there's only 1 copy then? No, there's 2 copies of TM Evo, so we could have found the other one. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely not found so far. We did find Artisan. We did find a few good pieces. We also have boss orders in case the Frillish becomes a Jellicent EX, and then we can give ourselves, set ourselves out of the item lock. This game, the Jellicent EX is available, and Sebastian might be tempted to go for a higher damage output, right, in order to take prizes. But that does give an opening to Gabriel in order to free himself from the item lock.
That almost doesn't seem worth it. Item lock is so good, especially when your opponent only has a bunch of basic Pokemon with less than 70 HP.
I'm going to have to disagree with, like, item lock is of course very good, right? But it's only as good as the amount of pressure that it applies, because if you're 4-hit KOing a Charmander, you're 4-hit KOing the next Charmander, or 5-hit KOing a Charmeleon, that's 5 extra cards that your opponent will have in order to just find whatever he would want to do with item cards, right? He wants to evolve, finds the stage once, then the item lock is not that effective anymore. They have the stage once ready, you give them 5 turns to find a supporter, an Iono, or the stage to itself. All of a sudden, without that extra piece of damage, it's just not as powerful. But if you're item locking and taking a KO each and every turn, that's a lot of pressure.
Okay. Counterpoint, Pablo. What if we had the second Frillish? If we had the whole combo where there's the second Frillish, you have the Gardevoird and the Monkey Dory.
Okay, but then what is that? It's higher damage output, right? So it's all about the higher damage output that's actually applying pressure, because 20 by 20, we're not going to get very far.
I agree, Pablo. As right now, it is just going to be a pass, though. Not even going to Blazing Destruction his own stadium, because he still wants more Pokemon.
Yeah. Gabriel wants to get more use out of the Artisan. No, that's probably Sebastian will not be able to counter it anytime soon, if he even can. I don't remember if he plays the other copy of the new stadium. No, it's just Artisan all the way, so it's going to be available this whole time. And unfortunately for Sebastian, no help in the hand. Once again, his own Iono betraying him.
Oh, Iono is a lie sometimes. That's right now, though. Tatsugiri hits the board. That's a much better basic to have stuck in the active. Again, Tatsugiri with a track customer's ability, able to search the top 7 cards, find a supporter, find some help. Very, very powerful little fish. I don't know if there's a support in hand, but maybe now we can find a new one. Sorry, top 6 cards, and there's a boss.
There's a boss.
There's an Iono.
There's an... Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I mean, Sebastian will be very happy seeing that Iono if it does get played, right? Big if. And once again, yeah, I mean, there is no pressure to play the Iono because Tatsugiri just gets 4-hit KO, right? And the longer this game drags on, it benefits Gabriel in 2 ways. He'll be able to find Pidgeotos, he'll be able to find Charmeleons perhaps, or he'll be able to just have a stronger setup, and the timer going down. We do have extra time in Top Cut, but we don't have infinite time, right? And that game 1, even though it didn't feel that way because it wasn't very eventful, it actually took almost 40 minutes. So if this game 2, the way it's going, the way the item lock is slowing everything down, it's going to take a while. As Sebastian does come out the winner, we're going to have 5 to 10 minutes left for a game 3, and that's always going to favor Charizard, I think.
Yes, Pablo, and it was just a pass. Yes, I mean, Gabriel Fernandez opting not to play Iono, thinking maybe, yes, I could get 6 new cards, but I'm under item lock. I get my opponent 6 new cards, and he can use his items? That doesn't seem quite fair, as the attract customers finds the better customer with the Lily's Determination. No prize cards taken yet, so it should be a fresh 8, but... Oh, it looks like he put it in the discard pile, so it does signify that he was attempting to play it, but he wanted to use the Artazone first.
I mean, I think he just like instinctively grabbed it from the Tatsugiri and placed it there instead of in his hand. But yeah, all good. We're just going to get that Shaman, protect our little friends. Did find the Pidgeotto, right? So we're getting closer to the Pidgeot. And if Pidgeot gets into play, everything is just going to start unraveling and not in Sebastian's favor.
Yes, at that point, you're not top decking. You're hand picking. Any card you want from the deck, quick search. Again, very powerful ability. But even maybe set it up to attack at some point.
And huge 8 cards here. We're going to give a thorough shuffle to the deck by Sebastian. Big 8 cards, 1 Pidgeot prized. So the odds of finding the other one are not great, but it's Gabriel Fernandez. And all right, no Charmeleon, no Pidgeot. We're going to go the Cruel Arrow route. I mean, it's going to take 2 more turns to go the Cruel Arrow route, right? Off the top 4. Sebastian, no help at all. What is this? That's so many turns.
Every
it's
time,
like he's the one that's item locked.
Every time he needs to top deck something, he top decks the Lily's Clefairy. Not the Lily's Determination, this Lily's Clefairy.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to attach.
Oh, did he top deck the Jet? Oh, he always had the Jet in hand.
Oh, I mean, that's the absolute best card he could possibly have. Pidgeot is the only better card to have in this spot. You get to take down the Frillish. You get to KO. Possibly free yourself from the item lock and probably overwhelm the opponent at this point in time.
Ooh, this... I believe they were just talking about how much damage the Tatsugiri should have. This fish has taken a beating. Yeah, 6 damage counters, so it took 3 hits. But it's now to hide in the bench as this Pheasantipity swoops in with that Jet energy and is ready to start swinging.
I mean, I think you don't even care about the item lock at this point. Just you deny the Ralts. That will completely slow down everything Sebastian could possibly want to accomplish, and once again, it's about playing it super, super safe. You can easily deal with a Jellicent once you get a Charizard, although under item lock can be a little complicated. Maybe you don't mind the Gardevoird and you just want to make sure you get to play Candies and Ultra Balls to just get your board fully established.
Yeah, to be fair too, that Frillish has 3 energies attached to it. So if it does evolve to the Jellicent, just needs 1 more attachment to do that big 160 damage attack, which is at least a little bit more pressure. And there's a Pidgeot. It was 8 cards. It's Lily's Determination. It is going to find you cards you want to see.
Absolutely. However, we have 1 copy of Gen Energy. We find it. We have 1 copy of Pidgeot. We're finding these A-Spec grade level cards just every single turn exactly when we need them.
Tell the script writers, Pablo.
I need to have a talk with them for sure.
Right now, though, the birds are putting in the work. Who needs Charizard? This isn't a Charizard deck. This is a bird deck. It's Pheasantipity and Pidgeots.
And yeah, I mean, I love how Gabriel even completely analyzes which Charmeleon is better, right? Do I want more HP? Do I need the ability to protect from possible technical machine evolution play? 1 of my missed energies is already on the Pheasantipity, so that's gone. So I only have 1 missed energy to future-proof myself from that technical machine evolution. And sure, my opponent doesn't have much, but he must have something. So you see the top deck.
Let's see if it changes.
Ralts, my goodness.
1 Ralts hits the discard pile and must have thought Sebastian was feeling a little bit lonely, so decides to come out from the top deck.
Now, I really want to ask the question why we haven't played that Earthen Vessel to thin 2 cards out of the deck. It maximizes our chances. That Earthen Vessel has been there for a good amount of time. So, I mean, 2 cards might not sound much, but every little percentage that you get to increase at this point in time, it's like, sure, maybe you wanted 4. Yeah, see, we checked it. Everyone always checks the top card. There was the Lily, so yeah.
Maybe you think it's because was an Iono played at some point? Maybe nothing useful?
Your hand is garbage. Your hand is absolute garbage. You have to give yourself... He had already used Artazon, I think, for at least 2 turns. So your hand is garbage. Give yourself the best possible possibility to get going.
Are you sure Oceanic Gloom doesn't item lock yourself too?
And now we're playing it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't item lock yourself when you have no items, right? Or you have 1, yeah, but it's rough, yeah. I mean, Sebastian has had horrible luck in the first 2 games, and like maybe eventually he gets to set up, but it's probably going to be a little too late. Now there's a Pidgeot, now there's a Charmeleon, there's a Pheasantipity staring you right down, gonna be sniping any Ralts that hit the board. If you don't bench 2, then it's not even worth benching 1 whatsoever. We do have the nice stretcher, so we can bench 2 at this point in time, but it feels like it's almost like Sebastian might have one more turn to top deck a Lily and maybe get going. Otherwise, the doors are closing, Juancho.
Yeah, it's the exact same scenario. Gabriel Fernandez is going to go up 2 prize cards before Sebastian can do anything. That's not a position you want to be in when you're already... It's already such a tough matchup. Your Gardevoird can get knocked out easily by the Charizard EX. Your opponent can find anything they want from the deck. It's looking grim. Oh, wait. That's a knockout, Pablo.
All right, we're getting onto the board. We're getting 2 prize cards, and one of which is a Lily. So Sebastian, I completely did not see that. Yeah, 220 damage, full moon rondo, not the KO you'd expect.
I was making fun of this Lily. This is not the Lily we wanted to see, but hey, it's the Lily we have. Lily's very EX, full moon rondo, 20 plus 20 for each bench Pokemon, and with a full bench, 220 knockout on the Fezzipity. Now, just like that, Sebastian's technically in the lead.
All right. No more item lock. Pidgeot active. Charmeleon down. All the rare candies available at this point in time. Even Monkey Dory helping heal our Pokemon. Save that Tatsugiri. Save, fully heal the Charmeleon. It's supposed to be Gardevoird that's using Monkey Dory, not Charizard.
Ooh, just flipping the script there, Gabriel Fernandez. But right now, does have an Arven to play. I'm sure he's going to try and use a rare candy Charizard just because he does want to leave this Charmeleon with the, the ability in play.
I mean, possibly, right? The Charmeleon is protected from technical machine evolution naturally. You have Monkey Dory to take any possible damage off of it. You have Shaman protecting it, right? So it has damage and effect protection. That Charmeleon has never been safer on the bench.
It's sitting pretty there on the bench. It could sit there until a Devo comes out, potentially. But right now, trying to find a way to deal with this Lily should be fairly easy. It's just, we need a Charizard.
There it is. It's in the hand. We have an Arven, possibly grabbing that rare candy. All right.
Oh.
And we have the on-first stamp. Okay, so you finally have a Lily, Sebastian? Well, guess what?
Never mind.
Now you have 2 cards to work with. You have no Facility. You have no Mew. I don't think anyone expected on-first stamp to make it all the way to the finals at LAIC.
It's not in the finals yet. There's maybe stuff can still happen. But right now, facing a Charizard EX with only 2 cards, all you have are a bunch of Ralts, a bunch of basic Pokemon, not even your main Gardevoird EX in play. What can happen? Very tough situation here for Sebastian. He has these 2 cards have to be the world.
2 cards to work with, Juancho. I mean, I want to believe. I want to see a Game 3. Things are not looking great for our Gardevoird hero. And I mean, I think, when you walk into this matchup, you have like a natural disadvantage just based on the matchup itself, right? However, it's looking a little tough. Gabriel even has the counter catcher, doesn't mind that Clefairy. Really, I think, okay, we're going to go after the Ralts. And I think we're going to see like Monkey Dory, Adrenabrain onto the other Ralts and play towards a Turo, double Monkey play next turn to KO that on the bench. Because Sebastian is probably going to have a very weak hand. His deck is full of supporters, so we will give him that.
We'll have to see. Again, this is Gabriel Fernandez just really prioritizing board state over prize cards. It's so tempting to just take those 2, and it's the only Pokemon really hitting the board, doing damage anyway. But no, it's board state. Let's win on board. 2 cards in hand here for Sebastian. I believe that was Earthen Vessel and Bravery Charm. Nothing too useful.
All right, we see the retreat. We're going to see that Adrenabrain usage onto the active. Okay, so just wants to heal his Pokemon, doesn't want to have any leftover damage, doesn't feel the need to double target Pokemon, expend the resources. He does have only 1 copy of Darkness Energy, so it would require Turo, and then super back the energy and then refind it. So perhaps I'm being a little too fancy at this point.
It's a lot to combo. Remember, Pidgeot can only find 1. Right now, Lily's Clefairy is promoted. That is a Jellicent now. And just like that, the second Ralts is not looking too good. Well, the 1 Ralts left in the deck, even with a Bravery Charm, is not going to protect it from something like Charizard EX. Sebastian just thinking, not too much in the hand. Can play the Earthen Vessel, thin stuff out. Looks like opting to discard the Bravery Charm there. Double Dark Energy with no damage to move at all.
Did you see the other card, Juancho? Do we know what the other card is?
It was a Jellicent. Jellicent EX.
Jellicent EX, yes. Okay, so not a lot of help here. We're gonna full moon rondo again. That was not on on my betting board. Like they're seeing a full moon rondo KO and a back-to-back full moon rondo attack in Charizard against Gardevoird. Definitely not what I expected to see. But yeah, I mean, Sebastian just doing what the game is allowing him to do, right? Very, very sad to see only 1 supporter right here, and Diayono essentially working against him.
Yeah, again, 6 is not as much as 8, unfortunately. Gabriel Fernandez has a lot, has the Arven, has rare candies in hand. Doesn't... what was played there? The Artisan?
We're using Arven right now. Yeah, it's such a huge contrast between one player having Pidgeot, having a ton of cards in hand, having 2 stage 2s in play, having Tatsugiri, having Monkey Dory, and the other player just not able at all.
They've been attacking with Full Moon Rondo. That's something. Not much, but something. But here, though, Paulo, let me ask you, do you ever try and go Rare Candy Charizard again instead of double Charizard?
Play it safe, Juancho. Just grab your Charmeleon, grab your Mist Energies. Make sure you have resources to keep applying pressure, keep attacking. Mist Energy, one of the Mist Energies is now gone from that Facility KO'd. There is another copy available for sure somewhere in the deck. Maybe you want that on your Pidgeot, maybe you want that on your Charmeleon. That way the 100 HP Charmeleon gets the protection of the ability Charmeleon. And with the Shaman, there's no way you deal with that unless you bring it up with Counter Catcher. But yeah, I mean, I think as long as Gabriel can keep attacking every single turn from this point onwards, I can't imagine a world where he loses this match. So just make sure you can do that and you're completely fine. That's why you prioritize healing your Pokemon over trying to do the fancy play that I was talking about.
Yes, keep it simple. Let's take knockouts. That knockout put Gabriel Fernandez back to even in any case, and then now should be able to knock out the Lily's Clefairy, going down to 2. And even if Sebastian sets up a Gardevoird, which he needs, Gabriel Fernandez then would be just, what, 1 boss's order away from the finals here at LAIC.
Now we're going to think things through with the Monkey Dory and Drainabrain. Do we heal our Tatsugiri? Do we heal our Charizard? I mean, at this point, with very little potential damage output from Sebastian, even if we see like a Rare Candy Charizard attack, I kind of like healing the active as well. Saving Tatsugiri makes sense. Force your opponent to have double Adrenabrain if they want to get that KO on the bench. Because Sebastian has taken 2 prizes now, so it's not out of this world for him to get back into this. We see the Mew, so, I mean... Use a way to draw, but it's also 2 prize cards. Yep. I mean, we have Jellicent as well in the active. Does that ever do anything? Is TM Devo ever an option?
Maybe the hope is just that, you know, Gabriel Fernandez does only play 2 Charizard EX, evolve into the Jellicent, knock out the active, and hope against all hope that the last 2, when one of the last 2 prize cards is Charizard EX.
All right, TM Devo is the card we need here, Juancho. We have Jellicent in the active. We are denying item cards. We KO this Charizard, and the Charmeleon did not get the Mist Energy. Therefore, it would go down to a Charmander. The Pidgeot would be saved, right? However, either you quick search for boss or you quick search for Rare Candy, unless you draw one, of course. And you do have Tatsugiri to help you find the boss, but I mean, it does get it, okay. So Sebastian will take a prize card here and will deny the Charizard at least, like not permanently, but perhaps we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Also found Secret Box, has Gardevoird, so we could see Rare Candy Gardevoird next turn. If there's a way to make a comeback, Juancho, it's gonna be this.
I like it, just the flick. Oh, was there no Mist Energy dedicated?
No, he didn't go for the Mist Energy. There's no Mist Energy right here, so Charmeleon, nope.
Yeah, but luckily, again, Pidgeot did evolve from a Pidgeotto, so that can easily be reestablished, just like you said. But right now...
No boss and no Rare Candy. We cannot quick search for both. If Tatsugiri finds boss, Gabriel will probably be fine. He's going for it. There's the boss's orders. Oh my gosh, I think that's gonna be the game.
Well, there's the boss's orders. Pidgeot evolved there. Quick searching. Has the Rare Candy. Is there energy in the deck? We have the knockout. Oh. Almost. Yep. You have to play the boss's orders first.
Yep.
There's the boss's orders on the Mew. Item lock is broken. Rare Candy Charizard 2 energy. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Fernandez finds himself in the finals of LAIC.
Wow. I mean, the fact that we featured Gabriel Fernandez for the last 4 or 5 championship Sundays, and now it's in the Masters division, that is crazy good. It feels almost like the previous tournaments where he participated in were the warm-up, right? And now this one is a more serious one. He's in the finals once again as a Masters player. Wow. Congratulations, Gabriel.
Who, again, Gabriel Fernandez finding himself in the finals in the second time. Last year he was in the finals. He won